Season 38, war number 11, and we're up against ZEEN. My team this time will be Tigra, Pryde and White Magneto. I'm taking Path 5 in Section 1, as well as the Tigra, and the Nick Fury on the root node, Bishop on Power Snack, Path 5 in Section 2, as well as that Mojo, and then all the right side mini-bosses, as well as the Terrax boss. Now the alliance we are facing right now is somewhere in Plat 1, so this is a bit of a mismatch, but that is a good thing for us. If we win this war, we have locked in second place, no matter what happens in the last war. Up first we have a Sersi on the Ebb and Flow knockdown and right back at it nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. As usual, the game plan is to just build up as much prowess as possible, get the special 2, and then knock down Sersi to remove the protection, and then just nuke her down with a single special 2. However, it doesn't go exactly as planned. While that glancing is active, I can't land any prowesses by hitting her, because I can't land criticals, and even if I do intercept her, glancing reduces your ability accuracy, so you will not be gaining any prowess that way either. So, while the glancing is up, the only way for me to gain any prowess is to parry her. And since I didn't use a White Magneto pre-fight for this fight, one parry gives me only one prowess. So I couldn't really line up the special 2 here. I had to throw it while the protection was up there because I didn't want to get to my special 3. The special 3 inflicts a very long-lasting incinerate, and since Sersi is a conduit defender, that would give her a very long-lasting conduit regen, and I did not want to deal with that. So now I'm just building up prowess again to try to line up another special 2, this time with the protection and glancing down at the same time, and then just hope for the best. But once again, Sersi's glancing is preventing me from building up my prowess as I'd like to, so this special 2 is not gonna be as strong as it could be. Even then, I go for it and just hope for the best. Luckily, I land all criticals and it is enough to take Sersi down. Definitely not one of my favorite fights, but if I do have to take it again, I would probably use a White Magneto pre-fight on it. Next up we have a Jabari Panther on the Ebb and Flow knockdown and heavy hitter nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. The game plan here is the good old special 2 nuke, and this fight is a lot easier than the previous one. Pryde is basically one of the best options for Jabari Panther in general, because whenever you gain prowess, Jabari Panther loses her Huntress charges. I believe it's 3 at a time. So basically whenever you land a parry, or a critical hit, or an intercept, Jabari Panther is just gonna lose all her Huntress charges, and that means she can never enter the hunt. And the hunt is basically the one thing that makes Jabari Panther even a decent defender. Now that I'm all set up, I went for a parry to put her cleanse on cooldown. That allowed me to go for another parry, which she didn't cleanse. Then I went for a heavy attack to knock her down to remove the protection, and then a special 2 to nuke her down. A very simple kitty fight. Next up we have a Tigra on the Ebb and Flow knockdown and right back at it nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde as well. And the game plan here is the exact same. I'm just building up prowess, getting to my special 2, then I'm gonna knock her down to remove the protection, and then nuke her down with a special 2. But at least that was the plan, but just looking at how quickly she's dropping here, that's not even necessary. When I get to my special 2, she's basically dead already, so I don't even need to remove the protection. I just throw the special, and Tigra goes down. That fight can get scary if Tigra is being annoying, but luckily she was playing nice this time. Next up we have a Nick Fury on the Scared Stiff and Power Focus 2 nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde using the White Magneto pre-fight. The game plan here is to use the Power Focus 2 node to keep pushing Nick Fury to his special 2s, because the special 1 animation takes so long that you are almost guaranteed to get rooted afterwards. The special 2 is also a lot easier to deal with, since you can simply just dex it instead of having to eat it into your face. I also won't be using any specials here for 2 reasons. Number 1, it consumes your prowess, leaving you without the ability to face until you build up more, and that is not something you really want to deal with in general, and especially against someone like Nick Fury, whose special 1 you often need to just eat into your face. And number 2 is because having a special ready allows you to escape from being rooted if you have to. There I got rooted because I let Nick Fury throw his special 1, but luckily I did manage to dance around it without needing to use a special to escape. I have taken this fight before with Kitty, and it didn't go exactly as planned. I had to use a special 2 or 3 times in the fight to escape the root, because I simply just panicked. And that caused the fight to be a lot more sketchy than it should have been. This time I know what I'm doing, and I'm comfortable doing it, so it goes a lot better this time. At this point Nick is low enough that a special 3 should finish him off, but I wanted to play it safe and just keep the special there as a safety net in case something went wrong. A few mistakes here and there, but still got the solo, so I'm happy with that. Next up we have a Bishop on the Power Snack and 1 Too Many Hits nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. And usually when I fight Bishop on basically any node with Kitty, I either do the fight by constantly facing his special 1, or by baiting the special 2s and either facing them or face blocking them. And that is basically how I do my damage in the fight. But this time I do it a bit differently. I bait a special 2 here and face block it because I didn't want Bishop to get anywhere near his special 3, and now I just go for a big special 2 to finish the fight. No reason to stay in there any longer than that, dancing around baiting specials over and over again. I used to be against using specials with Pryde, but now I've gotten a lot more comfortable with her, and I know what she can and can't do. So using specials has made it a lot more enjoyable to play her, and it also makes the fights go a lot faster, which is always nice. Here we have a Pryde on the Ebb and Flow Intercept node, and I'm using my own Pryde for it. Normally I would use someone like Omega Sentinel, but since I needed the White Magneto on the team, I couldn't fit her in. The game plan here is to just nuke her down with a special 2, and to get there, well, all you really need to do to fight against Pryde, even with someone who doesn't completely shut down her prowess, you just need to bait her special once and block at least one of the hits of it. If her specials, either the special 1 or special 2, make any contact with the opponent, she consumes her prowess, and that's all you need to do. You can fully dex it, but by doing so she wouldn't consume the prowess, so you do want to block at least one of the hits. Next up we have a Rintrah on the Ebb and Flow Intercept and Mighty Charge nodes, and like always I'm taking this fight with Pryde. And again, since everyone here has already seen me take this fight many times by now, I'm just gonna be speeding through the whole fight without explaining it that much further. Essentially, you just bait the special 1 and punish it with your heavy attack, and that's all there is to it. now that that's over, if I remember correctly, this was the last Rintrah of this season, which is nice. Next up we have a Mojo on the Ebb and Flow Intercept and Mighty Charge nodes, the shared fight, and I'm taking this with Pryde. And just like usual on these Ebb and Flow fights, I'm gonna be just building up to my special 2 with as much prowess as possible, intercepting to remove the protection, and then just nuking down the opponent with that single special 2. Now that I have enough prowess to consistently keep phasing, I'm just gonna be doing medium light combos. That allows me to build up my prowess faster if I do land those intercepts. It's all up to Mojo's AI if he wants to dash at me or not. And here, I had enough prowess, I went for the special 2, and it was enough. A 30-second fight for Pryde. No issues at all. Then we have a Hulkling on the Safeguard miniboss node, and I'm taking this fight with Tigra. The game plan was to use the usual nuke strat. I pop an advanced power boost to start with a bar of power, then the plan is to bait 2 heavy attacks, punish them with my heavy, and then drop a big special to nuke him down. But of course I had to mess it up. Instead of punishing that heavy attack the way I was supposed to, I instead ate the last hit of it. And now I dropped a special 2 with only a single rupture on the opponent, which then meant that the special 2 didn't do nearly as much damage as it should have. In the end, the fight didn't really go all that badly, but it wasn't a clean fight. It could definitely been a lot worse. Then next up we have a Galan on the Stunning Reflection and Polka Dot Power miniboss nodes, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde. The game plan is to just keep baiting Galan's special 1 over and over again, and then face blocking it every single time. By face blocking it with the right timing, you avoid any and all harvest damage as well as any block damage without needing to consume your prowess by facing any hits. You can face the special ones, but again, you lose your prowess by doing so, so I would say that face blocking is the safer option. To get the timing right to face block the special one properly, you simply just wait for him to point his staff to the sky, dash in and hold block. That is all you need to do. And that being said, that is the whole fight. There is nothing else you need to worry about. As long as you keep baiting the special ones and face blocking them, Galan doesn't do anything. Now if you do mess up the timing and you do eat a harvest or 2, you should still be fine, since a harvest with only like 100 mass is only gonna deal around 20,000 damage, I think. Could be wrong there. But as long as you're boosted, you will survive at least 2 of them. You will also keep regenerating from willpower due to the poison debuff from recoil masteries. Next up we have a Mordo on the Brute Force miniboss node, and I'm taking this fight with Pryde using the White Magneto pre-fight. The game plan here, as usual against any Mordos, is to just get to 10 prowess for the unblockable, and then do medium light combos for the rest of the fight. I won't bother trying to bait any of his specials. If he uses a special 1 or a special 2, it's just gonna miss into my face. If he saves for a special 3, that is fine as well. I used an invulnerability boost here, just in case that happens. And if you're taking this fight and you don't use an invulnerability boost, at least use a special 3 defense boost. You will more than likely be phasing if he drops a special 3, so you will avoid any damage anyways. but just in case, it is good to have some sort of a safety net in place. Here Mordo played very nicely and he went down in less than a minute. Next up we have the final fight of this war, a Terrax boss that I'm taking with Pryde using the White Magneto pre-fight. The boss still has the aspect of evolution link up, but that is perfectly fine since with Pryde all you need to do to take this fight down is to just get 3 prowess. As long as you can do that, you win. Terrax can't do anything to you after that. So to quickly explain the strat for this fight, you simply just get 3 prowess, and then you do medium light combos for the rest of the fight, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Terrax will go down eventually. It is a slow fight, but it is extremely safe, and you just can't mess it up. Now when the rock field ends, you do need to go ahead and try to bait a special from him, and then just switch back to doing medium light combos, and yep, that's all there is to it. So I'm just gonna let this fight play out and I'll see you on the results. It took 2.5 minutes, but Kitty didn't take even a single point of damage. So yeah, Kitty OP. We did end up winning the war 17-1, and that is Master's second place locked in. The last war, doesn't matter if we win or lose, we will finish at second place. And that being said, for the last war I'm gonna be using a lot of Valkyrie, so be sure to check that out.